What's up, everybody? Yu-Gi-Oh 101 discussion video. That's it. It is time to review the September 1st, 2012 banned / restricted list. Now, this list is the official list that has been released and will take effect on September 1st. You know, I've seen the pictures. You know, this is the authentic list. So here we go. Without further ado, let's just start reviewing this thing. So for the forbiddens, the cards that have been banned for this format are Brionac, Dragon of the Ice Barrier, and Future Fusion. Now, Brionac, to me, the only reason why this card had got banned was because, well, it was pretty much for like the same problems that there were with the Inzektors. Like, in the sense that you can clear your opponent's side of the field and just do like a shitload of direct attacks without any worry. You know, like unless your opponent had like a Battle Fader or like a Gores or Swift Scarecrow or whatever, this card can just like discard any card from your hand, and it really wasn't any limit to how many times you could do that. So for that and other reasons, of course, that you guys may talk about, Brionac had to go. Now, Future Fusion is two decks that come to mind: Elemental Heroes and Chaos Dragons. And there was some other ones, of course, because like you could just dump cards from your deck into the graveyard, and yeah, that card had to go. Period. Like, that had to go. Like, me personally, like, I don't really see Future Fusion as being that big of a issue. Will it come back in the future? I believe it will, but at this point in time, like in this format, it just, just pretty much had to go. Now, for the limited cards, a lot of these just speaks for itself. So like, I really don't have to elaborate on these cards. For the limited, we have Inzektor Dragonfly, Inzektor Hornet, Evigishki Gustkraken, Chaos Sorcerer, Spore, Wind-Up Carrier, Zenmaity, Tsukuyomi, Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon, which I already knew was going to happen to that, and Ultimate Offering because of them damn gadgets, because it was just like a summon, search, summon, search, summon, search, summon, search, summon, search deal with the damn gadgets and Ultimate Offering, so they had to limit that immediately, like ASAP. And like with Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon, it was an overpowered card because there was like 3 copies of it that you can put in your build, and because of that, like you get to just like special summon as many, well, like pretty much like a lot of dragons. I'm not surprised that they didn't put the Hieratic Dragon King Atum like up in this list, because like that was one of the key cards for that fusion. I mean, not for the fusion, like for that loop that the Heretics had with Tsukuyomi, Yomi, it really isn't that big of a threat anymore, you know, because like that build that it was with, that, you know, that pretty much that got it banned to begin with. Yeah, like that's pretty much gone. So they brought it back. Oh, let's see what happens with it. Who knows? Wind up carrier Zenmaity, obviously because of the wind up loop. You know, that shit was ridiculous. Spore, I never really got why Spore was even banned to begin with, because if they were banning like Trishula and like Glow Up Ball and semi-limiting like Reborn Tengu, then what was the purpose of banning, you know, like Spore or Glow Up Bulb? In my opinion, I never really understood why Spore was banned to begin with. So, I mean, if you're going to ban all these other cards that this card, you know, was really working around, then what's the use of banning it? You know what I mean? So, Spore, they brought it back. Whoopee. They limited Chaos Sorcerer because it was ridiculous. You can just banish all your opponent's monsters. It was a hassle, pretty much. It was a hassle. So, you know, that pretty much speaks for itself. Evigishki, Gustkraken, I don't really know why they banned that. I mean, I haven't seen too many Evigishki builds, so like if someone were to elaborate as to why that card got limited, I mean, yeah, that would be great. Hornet and Dragonfly, enough said. No explanation needed. That speaks for itself completely. Semi-limited, the cards that's been set to 2. Agent of Mistery, Earth. We have the Bree Dragon set to 2. Blackwing, Kalut. The Moon Shadow, finally. Rescue Rabbit, finally. Emergency Call. Yeah, you know, like I would say that was a fair call on their part, ironically enough. The Pot of Duality, set to 2. The Hieratic Seal of Convocation. A Hero Lives, Reasoning, Mirror Force, and Tour Guide from the Underworld. Thank you for limited that little bitch. Oops, strong language. I don't give a damn. My channel, my rules, my video. Fuck you. Mirror Force, I'm glad to see that come back to 2, because with all these other cards out there, with I like Starlight Road and such, etc. You know, I don't really think that Mirror Force is that big of a threat anymore, so it was nice for them to semi-limit that. Reasoning, I love that card because I have builds that, you know, can really use that. Sometimes like a monster gate just doesn't do it. So I'm glad they brought back Reasoning. Well, they set Reasoning to 2. I don't know why I say brought back, but I'm glad they set Reasoning to 2. A Hero Lives. They semi-limited that. I'm like, if that's the card that I think it is, hold on, wait a minute. I gotta search this. If this is the card that I think it is, the one where you had to pay 2,000 life points, so you get to special summon 1 elemental hero from your build. No, when you control no face-up monsters, pay half of your life points, and special summon 1 level 4 element. Yeah, so half your life points gone. So yeah, I don't really care for a Hero Lives anyway, so whatever. Pot of Duality, I'm glad they semi-limited that, because that card needed to be slowed down some, because for you to be able to just search, you know, like with the top 3 cards in your deck and such. I mean, you know, granted that you couldn't special summon anything, or like summon anything, period, if I'm not mistaken. Man, I do not look at these cards. I'm sorry, y'all, because it's been a minute, you know. If y'all watched the video, then y'all know that my computer was down for quite some time, and like I pretty much forgot about a lot of this stuff. So like I'm really trying to refresh my mind as I go along. Reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, add one of them to your hand, and shuffle. You cannot special summon a monster or monsters during the turn. Yeah, okay, I was correct. So, granted that you couldn't special summon any monsters, you know, it was still you know, like a bit cheesy that you could search out anything. Well, like the top 3 cards, and you actually had a choice. So, yeah, like they had to semi-limit that, you know, just to slow it down a little bit. Emergency call. I was actually speaking about some, like about elemental heroes like a while back with somebody on YouTube, where I was speaking on how, you know, like elemental heroes they have a lot of search support. You know, that they had 3 emergency calls. They had elemental hero Stratos, and then they had the reinforcement of the army, which searches out warriors. You know, so like they had like a lot of search support. So like I'm glad to see that they took some type of precaution and, you know, attempted to try to like slow down their search support just a little bit. You know, Rescue Rabbit speaks for itself. Blackwing, Kalut of the Moon Shadow. Kalut the Moon Shadow. Why am I adding words? I'm glad to see that at 2, and I know a lot of Blackwing people are glad to see Kalut at 2. Debris Dragon at 2. Don't really care for it. Agent of Mystery Earth. I know a lot of Twilight or Agent Fairy fans are happy to see that go to 2. And the ones that are no longer restricted: Level Limit Area V, Magic Cylinder, Swords of Revealing Light. Why did they? I'm guessing it's because of, you know, like with Heavy Storm out and MST at 3. I'm guessing they feel like it's not that big of a deal anymore, because like Giant Trunade isn't, you know, like playable. You know, like that card got banned, so you can't like reset Swords Revealing Light. That's one thought. I don't know. Like I think that should have stayed at 2, but whatever. Emergency Teleport and Destiny Draw. I'm glad to see those are finally back at 3. Marshmallon. Yeah, that's a pretty good call on their part. I mean, Marshmallon, it's a pretty helpful little card, I would say. Maybe they'll end up like semi-limited. They were like semi-limited in the future. Maybe. I don't know. You know, that's a tough call. Necro Gardna. Whatever. So a lot of these was a good call. Like especially on the Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon and the Ultimate Offering, and Wind Up Carrier Zenmaity, Hornet, and Dragonfly. Spore. I'm glad they brought that back. I don't use like the whole plant build or whatever, but I'm glad they brought it back. Future Fusion. I can see why they banned it, but I don't know. Like for some reason, like I just don't see it as being that much of a threat to where someone would ban it. But I don't know, you know. But that's just me. But whatever, it's banned now. It's gone. I wasn't using it anyway, so whatever. No harm, no foul. Brionac, Dragon the Ice Barrier. In many ways, and for many reasons, I'm happy to see that card is gone. Who knows? Like maybe they'll bring some type of incarnation with it, like with a slowed down version of it. Like once per turn, you know, you can discard a card in your hand and you can like bounce a card on your opponent's side of the field. Maybe they'll get that right. But yeah. So I mean, just looking at it for the most part, I like it. I like it. I like where it's going. This will be a very interesting format. A very interesting format. I'm seriously interested in seeing what people are going to be playing this time. I mean, with Hornet and Dragonfly, that slowed down, so you know those top tier loop users ain't going to be using that as much as they were. You know, this format was ridiculous. I'm glad they took the proper precautions with, you know, like with the windups and the Inzektors and Red Eyes Darkness Meadow and the gadgets with Ultimate Offering. I'm glad they did that. With Reasoning, Mirror Force, Tour Guide, and Underworld, like Emergency Call, Rescue Rabbit, I'm glad to see they got those, you know, to 2. The Blackwing, the Kalut, the Moon Shadow, I'm happy that's at 2. You know, like I have a Blackwing build, and I really don't see it being that much of a issue to not have it at 2. You know what I'm saying? So, Agent Mystery of Earth, don't care for it. Like the Breeze Dragon, don't care for it. The Hieratic Seal of Convocation, don't care for it. Necro, Gardna, Marshmallon, Hooray, Emergency Teleport, Destiny Draw, speaks for itself. Swords of Revealing Light, I think it should have remained at 2. I don't really see why it would be at 3, but hey, it's at 3. Level Limit Area B, that can be helpful for a lot of, you know, like with the exceeds and them not having levels and them not being affected by anything that affects levels. That's probably the reason why they set that at 3. You know, that's going to push people to use exceeds more. And we have Magic Cylinder. Enough said. So, just to show you guys the picture that I was talking about. This is the picture right here with the list on it. So this is actually in the book. So yeah, this list is legit. So I'm going to be putting this list in the link, in the description box below. I'm off my game. I haven't been on the computer in a minute, so it's really, I'm just really trying to get my groove back, y'all. So forgive me. But yeah. So overall, what I think about the list, I think it was the right moves to make, even though it's 1 or 2 of them that I really don't care for, you know. But overall, I like the list much better than the March Band list, of course. But yeah, like a lot of things that needed to be corrected got corrected, and this is going to be a fun format. I'm interested in seeing where it's headed. So that's it, and I'll speak to you guys next time. Peace.